For our honeymoon, we went to the Amalfi Coast. We went there because we'd seen a postcard of the island of Capri, this beautiful, picturesque island, beautiful blue seas, stunning coastline, and lots of limoncello. So we had this idea that this was the perfect place for our honeymoon. And every time I make this spicy prawn aglio olio, it instantly just transports me to all that fantastic food of the Amalfi Coast. First off, chop 6 garlic cloves. Get the prawns in a bowl with a little bit of the chopped garlic, the lemon zest, and some olive oil. Give it a good mix and leave for a bit to marinate. Put a large pan on a medium heat. Cook the spaghetti for 8 to 10 minutes until al dente. Fry the prawns for 2 to 3 minutes. Season with salt and pepper. And get in there with a good squeeze of lemon juice. At this point in the game, lots of good things are happening. Garlic, beautiful prawns. Pasta's nearly cooked. Let's get on with the sauce. Take the prawns from the pan, then add a good glug of olive oil. Anchovies, the remaining garlic, chili flakes, and another splash of lemon juice. Keep it all moving in the pan until the garlic turns lightly golden and the anchovies have dissolved. Now for the magic. Get the pasta into the pan with a little bit of the pasta water. I just love how this coats the spaghetti in all that glorious sauce. Fold the prawns back into the pan. And that is it. This is exactly where it needs to be. Let's plate up. Bring it all together with a few basil leaves, seasoning, olive oil, and a final zesty hit of lemon juice. Simple, fresh flavors, really vibrant, and a great one for dinner. If there was one recipe that benefits from the ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen cupboard, it is this store cupboard chicken. So much so that that's why I call it store cupboard chicken. This is the sort of recipe I do on the fly. You know, it's the sort of thing that you can throw together with what you have in the kitchen. And, you know, if I don't have the specific ingredients that the recipe requires, that's where you kind of have to use a bit of kitchen confidence and just go in there and adapt it. This recipe is all about using what you have in the kitchen. Get a pot of cold water on the boil and season with sea salt. Now, these are going to come up to a steady simmer. They're going to cook out for about 10 to 12 minutes or until fork tender. And while they're cooking away, we're going to have our chicken cooked out. Heat some oil in a pan and season the pan directly with salt and pepper. No harm in adding a bit more seasoning on top. Add the bacon and let it sear. For a rich, deep flavour, grate in 3 cloves of garlic and add a good glug of white wine. When the wine is reduced by half, add the butter. Now we've got those base layer flavours, it's time for some store cupboard saviours. This is the fun part. Mix in the mustard, honey, hot sauce, capers, and then add the cream. When it starts to simmer, get in there with the beans. If you've timed it right, the potatoes should be just cooked enough to be drained and added straight to the pan. You're getting deep, luscious flavour from just a few store cupboard staples. For a herby hit, chop a handful of parsley and mix it through the sauce. Let it reduce and thicken. Then, a final pinch of sea salt and pepper, and it's ready to serve. Now, I've got to taste some of that sauce. It's It's rich, it's creamy and luscious. It's the perfect just in the door supper. Now, to the table.